Hey guys, welcome to another English commentary done by Diggity. This is going to be the first set between Samsung Khan and Rokaf Ace. I wanted to say Leakaf so bad right there. I think what's happening with Samsung Khan right there is they knew that they're going to be either in first or second place in Proleague, so they're going to be sitting pretty. So what they're starting to do is they're starting to get a little practice for their other players, basically the players that they're going to have to rely on going into the late game. And I think this is going to be very important for them because, again, they've got their big 3.5, basically. They've got Stork, Jangbi, Firebat Hero, and Frozine, and generally I think Frozine's a little bit more inconsistent in his play than the other three, but so they know they can get basically 3.5 wins, but they're going to need 4 wins, and their 2v2 is, I would say, semi-solid, but they really need more players to step it up. Otherwise, when you start putting out the same players again and again and again, you start getting into the predictable streak, and things can just go downhill from there, especially if you just get the individual players that are sitting there practicing, that they're just focused on beating like a Stork killer. There used to be a lot of Savior killers in about a season or 2 seasons ago, I would say. But basically, it was just players specifically dedicated to beating Stork, and I think a lot of teams have actually been producing Boxer killers actually along the side. And I'm surprised they're putting Odin out here against Boxer. Boxer's been very ferocious in TVZ in general. He's known for having legendary TVZ. He's starting in the bottom right-hand corner in yellow. It looks like Odin's going to be starting in the upper left-hand corner in white. And Odin, I haven't seen him play a lot, but when I have seen him play, I don't think he was anything too spectacular, but I didn't think he was anything too horrible at the same time. I didn't see him, he didn't stand out, but at the same time he wasn't so bad that it was like, oh, this player's, he's horrible, he shouldn't be in the Pro League sort of thing. Of course, I can't say I've really seen that sort of play in general. But anyway, Samsung versus... I think Samsung needs to be a little bit careful here. I think they're overlooking Ace, and Ace is really fighting to stay out of the bottom 2 spots. I think they want to go into that 3rd or 4th. Actually, I'm not even sure if they can get into the 4th spot at this point. I think that's where CJ Entis is, and I think they're the only team that's really locked in position. They can neither rise nor descend at this point, really, in their sets. But the bottom 3 teams are all the Handbit Stars, basically Ace, and then also Eastro alongside. They're kind of fighting out for the bottom ranks. And actually, speaking of Eastro, go ahead and check out, there's an interview with Idra at seforall.com. Also, they have some pretty sweet thing where they're going through the KTF training center. They've got a lot of interviews and things like that coming up, so check that out. Additionally, MSL Party, I think I've just posted an announcement just before that, so check that out. And otherwise, people have been asking where I play my first-person shooter stuff, and that's at Joe.2. I think we saw a 12 pool here, maybe an overpool. Either way, it's a quick Zergling attack before the second hatchery. Zergling's coming out, they're going to try to chase down that SCV, but Boxer are going to be able to swing that SCV back around. And in the meantime, though, Odin's getting that front door block, but Boxer knows exactly what's going on because he's seeing that second hatchery, though, in the foreground in the meantime. Boxer, in the meantime, does have the 2 supply depots as well as his barracks on the front door. He's additionally going to be able to deny the scout, and it looks like it's a quick 3 hatchery build actually from Odin. Odin putting down his 3rd hatchery. It looks like a mineral only. 2 Marines there alongside, and Boxer going to go for a quick expansion. I don't think he's going to bother producing any more Marines at this point. And we'll see what he does. There's a lot of options on this map because you do have the 3 expansions. You can go 2-port Wraith very easily. You can go, I think, into machine tech very quickly. Basically go for a mech build. And let's see if they point out the 3rd hatchery right here. Maybe, yeah, there is a 3rd hatchery going up. So Odin going for a very quick macro build, which can be very strong on this map. And we'll see. Honestly, I think Wraith would be a little bit more powerful for Boxer in this situation. We saw Lomo doing a lot of that, and we've seen a lot of other Terrans actually doing that as well. It's just mobility on this map is key. It's a very large map, and you have to play a lot of map control. And as a result, I think just Mutalisks would be very powerful, and Hydralisks, I think, if Odin did go Hydralisks, would be a bit of a mistake. And Boxer, I mean, if he's going to go with a Medic Marine combination, which it looks like he is, he's getting that Academy down now, he's going to be somewhat vulnerable in it, I think, because it's just hard to move Medic Marines across the field as much as you would want to. It's just big clumps that are moving very slowly across the field. Zergling's in the meantime scouting out for Odin just kind of across the map, and looks like an Overlord coming along topside. But Boxer, if he hurries up, he takes out that mop artifact. He is going to be in position to take that Overlord out. Beautiful timing and psychic timing actually here from Boxer. That just really, you can't note. That's the thing about Boxers. Oftentimes he doesn't even need to scout. He does scout, but it's almost like he doesn't need to, period, because he knows what his opponent's going to do. He just has this mind read effect, and right now knows that Overlord's coming across the south of his base. Odin playing very predictably, which is very dangerous against a very creative player like Boxer. And Boxer opening up that map artifact is going to be able to pick that Overlord off, most likely, I would think. The Overlord looks like it's it's just going to be able to draw back, and this is going to be very close, actually. I think it is going to be able to escape, however. But just showing you right there, though, Boxer almost taking a pretty critical Overlord down, I would say. In the meantime, that SC running around, it has been almost managed to take those two Zerglings, I should say, off the ramp. Almost got a scout. In the meantime, the layer's going very quickly up, and I'm going to assume we're going to be seeing Mutalisks out of Odin. Comsat station, I haven't seen any additional barracks here for Boxer. Boxer playing very low economy game. There's the Spire right now. I don't see a second or third barracks, just the Academy for Boxer. It looks like he's taken a third expansion as well. That's a bit nuts. Playing a big, I think that's what I'm seeing at the inside of his base. I wish I could get a look backside. That would be a little bit nuts. I'm just going to assume that is his barracks. Now Boxer coming out. He's going to try to take that Overlord out. Now backing off. He's at least keeping it out of visual range. Zerglings, in the meantime, running to the front door, going to try to slip in there, or at least try to pick off that medic, maybe a little bit of Marines. And that is, in fact, a second barracks, but I only see 2 barracks at this point. Not even a third barracks. Some missile turrets going up in the background, but Boxer quite a bit behind what I'm used to seeing him, most Terran at this point. In the meantime, Odin just sealing himself in. He's got the 3 Southern colonies, one Southern colony and 2 prepared to morph into Southern colonies at this point. And the Boxer playing very defensively. Now he's got a full group of medic Marines. I've got to assume I'm just missing a barracks here. He couldn't have just produced all of that out of the single one, or out of just 2, I would say. And in the meantime, he's got an engineering bay down, so going for quick upgrades. And he's, not bothering to finish the missile turrets. He's just kind of put them in place and hasn't finished them. Maybe this, I'm not quite sure what the purpose of that is to not finishing that turret to the southern location. Maybe wondering if he in fact needs it here. Gonna wait for the comsat to make sure he is in fact facing some sort of Mutalisk defense, or Mutalisk grouping, and now he's got that second turret being built in the field. He's going to be able to get that turret up along that line. He's also got an additional turret kind of protecting both of his barracks, so he doesn't have to worry about crossing that ramp so much. Boxer, I worry about the mobility game at this point. He still hasn't put down a second gas, and he still doesn't have a third or fourth barracks up at this point. So playing a little bit odd. Now bringing that first barracks up, opening his front door up, and now getting a machine shop down as well. So I've got to assume he's got to do some combination mech build. Odin, I would say, is significantly ahead, also getting a Hydralisk den down at this point, because he's got the 3 bases running, and he's got Mutalisks that can just, against 2 barracks and some turrets. Boxer is completely in a defensive position. He can't really push out, and there's a first starport, so it looks like now we're going to see probably SKT Terran and a lot of turrets down the background. That's going to be the entire portion of Boxer's defense in this map. And here comes the Mutalisks. I think Boxer is going to be able to handle this just because he has so many turrets down on the ground. He does have a full control group, and now finally getting his third barracks down quite a bit late, in my opinion. I'm not quite sure what's going on with his build. Anyway, Mutalisks now pushing up. Going to have a couple Zerglings alongside, not a lot of Zerglings though alongside. There is a bunker on that front door to help push those Mutalisks back, and the Mutalisks are just going to have to give up, and we'll see. There is an expansion going down in the bottom left-hand corner for Odin. I think this is Odin's opportunity to take over the entire map, while Boxer is essentially locked in his base. He can't, again, it's hard to move medic Marines across the map, and I think if Odin just starts expanding like nuts right here, he's going to be in a very strong position to take this game down. He's already expanding that bottom left-hand corner, putting down a Queen's Nest already, so he's going to take the Hive very quickly here. Comsat going off, it is going to see that Hydralisk den in the meantime, so I think what Odin's up to now is he's just going to play the contained game. He got those Mutalisks in the back at the main, inside Boxer's base, just ran across those turrets, didn't even bother attacking them, and Boxer doesn't have a lot of SCVs in the backfield either, if you notice. Granted, Odin did take out an SCV or 2, but he just doesn't have a lot of SCVs in the backfield, so not playing very well here. I would say didn't have very good SCV saturation now. Losing some more troops, could probably lose that tank in the front field, so really not playing up to true Boxer potential, I'd say. And we're going to see, this is going to be significant though. You got to keep in mind Boxer is going to be leaving Ace here in not too long and going back into the Pro League. I should say back into the league in general. The question is what team will he go to, and additionally will he go back to SKT or what, or maybe he'll stay with Ace in some sort of unofficial capacity. I'm not sure how that would work. In the meantime, Ace is going to have a big boon. They've got Reach, Yellow, and Anytime coming to their team, and Reach and Yellow haven't been playing fantastically lately, but I think they're better than any of the other players they have on their team right now. And with Oversky, Daezang, and with Anytime alongside, that's 3 players who can win games. Overtime, Daezang, Anytime. That's sorry, I'm totally saying Daezang wrong. Random Korean was actually telling me how to pronounce it the other day, and I've already forgotten. Asked him to message me on YouTube, actually, the proper pronunciation between that and Jongbe. Jangbe is actually more than Jangbe. Jongbe. I think it's Daejang. rather than Beijing, I should say. Hard Z. Anyway, looks like Boxer is starting to push out a little bit now, and Odin actually not producing a lot of attack forces here. I'm surprised he didn't just go up and go for the contain right now. He hasn't produced a lot of attack forces in general. I guess he's just been in pure macro mode.